Alright guys, before we get into the video, let's talk about futtrading.co.uk. Every single method you see in my videos can be found over on the website with buying and selling prices for almost every single card on the game. £10 a month gets you access to tier 1 buying prices. That's icons, special cards, silvers and Thursday flips. For £15 a month, you get access to tier 2. That gives you live filters, gold chem styles, UCL cards, and our amazing area of fluctuations where the market is continually monitored for highs and lows. You guys are then notified when to buy low and buy and sell high, basically. A really easy way to make coins. We've recently introduced a tier 3 thanks to you guys asking for us to develop a bot. Basically, we came up with a program, and what it does is it pings you every single minute pretty much. I think it's every 3 minutes. You will get pings telling you when cards are low and what to sell those cards for. I'm going to show you an example of that now. I'll be right back. Alright guys, and this is the area of the Discord for tier 3 users. As you can see, it is pinging you guys with the current price of these cards and the live target sell price. You have to cross-reference that with what the sell price has been recently and use some of your own market knowledge, but this runs 24 hours a day to make sure you guys are getting continual deals that you can keep making coins from the legitimate way. A new ping's just come up right there for new cards that you can go out right now, buy and sell. So check it out, get involved, futtrading.co.uk. But for now, let's get into the video. Yo, what is up guys? Welcome back to a new video with me, Fuzzball40. As always, if you're new around here, make sure you subscribe down below and make sure your notifications are turned on so you never miss an upload. Once again, YouTube have messed up notifications, so if you watch my videos normally or if you subscribe right now, turn your notifications off and back on again and you'll get notified when the videos are uploaded. But 3 a day on this channel, League SBC in the morning, me crafting players and packs for free basically. If you want to learn how to do League SBC method, the link is down below. The evening video, this video is a trading video, always teaching you guys how to make coins. You can use those coins on League SBC method and just to improve your team. And the midnight content is a mixture of picks, packs and upgrades. The upload times are changing though. We're going earlier in the morning for 8:15 for those of you that have work and school. And the midnight video is being brought a bit earlier to 10, 11 o'clock. So you guys can watch that before you go to bed. But basically, you guys have seen me trading on this account all week. We're at 264,000 coins. I say all week. It's literally been 36 hours. I started doing it on Monday. It's now Wednesday morning. So we've gone from 51k to 264k in essentially about 36 hours of trading. Today's video though is one that you guys keep asking me about, and that's how and when to buy your Tots and how you make profit from the current Tots teams. And so I want to show you guys that in a fair amount of detail. There's a lot of information here, but I'm going to try and break it down for you guys as much as I possibly can to make it as easy as possible and to basically give you guys the best chance of saving money on buying your players and potentially making coins from these teams and links into them. So we're going to head over to Futbin. I'm going to show you some trends from last year, some trends sort of from this year. I'll be right back. Alright guys, so here we are on Futbin, and this is last season's community Tots team. It was called Team of the Season so far because obviously the pandemic had it sort of cut season short. The reason why I'm showing you this is because you can the FIFA transfer market and the game itself is quite predictable in that you can gain knowledge from what happened in previous promos or in previous years. And I want to show you what these cards did once they were in packs and how they reacted to the market. Because it's twofold. Number one, it will save you coins if you're buying any of these players for your team. Number two, there's profit to be made from these cards. So I'm going to show you it in a bit of detail. First one to look at is Joe Gomez. 93 rated card, very OP last year. Again, he was up at 1.436. And again, his low point in the market was basically in and around that Wednesday, Thursday. The lowest point is going to be when these cards are packed during Rivals and Foot Champs Rewards tomorrow. Yes, on the Wednesday it says 1,004 and 1027, but that's an average for the day, and that average of the 1.02 on the Thursday would account for the fact that he was low at the rewards period, but then climbed as people bought their weekend league teams, and there's some sort of median average in there. So he's at 1.027, and he got as high up by the Saturday of 1.3 million coins, and then eventually spiked up as high as 1.6. Now the reason he did this was anticipation of a Virgil van Dijk Team of the Season card. He then eventually dropped, and this happens often. People buy these cards for links, and then when the cards come out, every investor sells, and it actually drops the market ever so slightly. But that's what Joe Gomez did. If you look at Wilfried Zaha, this is Wilfried Zaha, I believe, yep. With him, again, low point of Wednesday into Thursday, and then spiked up to 802,000 coins on the weekend league on average. Dropped again the next Wednesday, and then Thursday, and climbed again. Thibaut Courtois, 74,000 at low on the Friday. Thursday, Friday was sort of his lowest point. Bounced by the 6th of March up to 98,000 coins. And then, if we look at... Who's this one? This is Catch, we'll do it in a second. And if we look at Diego Godin, is this one here. Again, low point until Friday, Saturday for Thursday, Friday, and then up as high as sort of 98,000 coins by the next Friday as well. So the question mark is buy time is, in my opinion, going to be in and around Rivals rewards. Again, these averages don't account for the fact the market dipped and then climbed, and they're fine somewhere between the two. The buy point's going to be there. But the question mark here is, where is your sell point? If you look at Joe Gomez, for example, when we get to him, he obviously kept spiking. So he went up and he held sort of a high value and then kept spiking up and up and up. I wouldn't like holding the cards this late. I would prefer with the community Tots team to be looking to buy them sort of tonight into tomorrow, selling them into weekend league and whatnot, and making your profit there. Zaha again the same. A lot of these cards saw quite a big bounce because they did link into Premier League Tots cards, but I wouldn't want to be holding them too long. I'd ideally think to get out of them once rewards are done into the Friday if people build their teams for weekend league. Because the other thing you've got to think about is everyone goes, yeah, but people are going to build teams and they're going to be scared because the market, blah, blah. People want to finish as high as possible at the moment in weekend league because of the guaranteed red picks, which we'll talk about in a second. So I'd be looking at the fact that people still want to do that. There is a demand for these cards and there will be a demand. They'll get packed like mad and then they'll get bought up. People open up their packs, they get spending power, market rises because of that. So that's that. And then this is last year's Tots team. And this is the EFL Tots team from last year. Now I'm going to go over this in detail now. I'll be right back in a second. I'm going to get some graphs up for you to show you what you need to be thinking about these. I will see you very soon. Alright guys, so this is last year's EFL Tots team of season so far again. And I've seen a lot of people talking this week about how these cards are a good buy because the SBCs that come out for the major leagues usually require a Tots player. So for example, the Premier League last year, when it first was released, required an 88 rated team, 70 chem, and a team of season so far player. But I just want to show you a couple of players and show you that the trend last year didn't show us that these cards made us any sort of decent amount of profit. They do go up, but they don't make us massive. They don't spike like crazy. So for example, this is John Swift from last year, and the Premier League SBC, I believe, let me just make sure, was released on the 6th, I believe. It was released on the 6th of May, it was. The 6th of May, and there's no spike here, really, at all. Marek Rodak, again, 6th of May, no real spike. He dropped off and came back up again. And so I don't like this that much as a player. There are a couple of exceptions this year, I think, that you could look at. But the point of this is, a lot of people have that same idea, and so everyone goes and buys them, and then they list it at the same time, and the market actually dips down. The major thing you've got to think about is, even if the SBC requires a Tots, this year on FIFA, there's a lot of untradeable packs going around, which means people are packing a lot of these Tots cards. But also, everyone yesterday did the EFL Tots pack and got themselves a Tots. Now, most of those Tots aren't usable and aren't going to be used in most people's teams. And so with those Tots cards, they throw those into the next guaranteed SBC and hope they get someone good. And if they get someone good, then they might just buy a Tots eventually for the SBC or probably pack one. If they don't get someone good, they then recycle that into the next guaranteed pack until they do get someone good. And I just don't like it very much as a play because, again, the graphs last year, don't get me wrong, they do climb. They climb at 6 PM when that SBC comes out. But if everyone's got the same idea, everyone goes out and buys these cards, then it does make a difference. It generally makes a difference because all that happens is everyone then lists these cards up. We've seen it multiple times this year. And so personally, I don't like that, realistically. In my opinion, it's not as good a play as people claim it is. However, there are a couple of exceptions to that. If you look at 86 rated fodder at the moment, Helic and Cruel are both two of the cheapest 86 rated cards. Here, in my opinion, you can't really go wrong. Because if fodder rises, they rise with fodder anyway. If fodder drops, they drop with fodder anyway. But fodder tends to have a minimum value. 86, they tend to get lowest, sort of 15k-ish, give or take. You can't really go wrong with those two guys. If you all go and buy them now and try and list them, you're going to find it difficult. But they're okay investments. If you see the Tots cards get down to the discard value, so if you see the EFL Tots get down to the value of like Leno and Icardi, the 85 rated guys, they're not bad buys because you're basically just fodder buying there, which is fine. But would I want to go out and spend loads of money on an 88 rated or an 87 rated in the hopes they go up with Tots? Not really. I don't like it as a play. Where I think the plays this year and this weekend are, is in the links to the red picks that people get. So basically, we've seen it as a trend this year that links into red picks do quite well. They don't always do great, but they do quite well. The reason for this and the reason why I like this is a lot of people are going to get picks tomorrow that are either guaranteed community Tots picks, so they've got goal 2 or higher, or they're going to get them as anyway. Even if they've got goal 3, they're probably going to get 1 or 2 of these as options. And it's twofold here. If you're buying these players tomorrow anyway, there's profit to be made there anyway. But if you, let's say for example, you get a Wan-Bissaka, you're going to want to link him to someone. Now, you've got to be mindful that if you're getting a 450k odd right back, are you going to link him into Harry Maguire? No, of course you're not. But you're going to link him into players in and around that value, because if you've got that sort of coin, you're going to do that. Some people will get Wan-Bissaka and not have many coins in their team, but that's where I think the players are going to be today. So, for example, if you're looking at Harvey Barnes, for example, someone like a Jamie Vardy could do quite well. Now, what we've seen with Jamie Vardy, when Barnes came out, which was last Friday, Vardy saw a bit of a spike, and then he's dipped since, and he's climbed up today. He's up at 525. I think a lot of people have got the same idea that Vardy's going to rise. You can see he's climbing all the time. Vardy's going to rise based upon Harvey Barnes. So this is quite an obvious one. It's probably not the one that I would be looking to go for, but it's an example for you of how you can see people buying into him. We've seen him spike by 70,000 coins. If you'd have bought him earlier in the week, you probably would have done quite well from him right now. But that's the sort of thing that I'd be looking at personally, because people are going to get the red picks. Again, looking at this, in Ndombele, for example, he's got that perfect link into Sissoko. Now, Sissoko here is 270,000 at the moment, Sissoko. And again, if we look at the last month, in the last few weeks, he sort of got up a little bit on Friday. Well, Friday actually, he dropped on Friday a little bit, climbed again a little bit on Sunday. He's dropped since then down to 260, 270k. I wouldn't want to buy him at 270, you want to buy him lower than that. But this is where I think the plays could be in terms of this, because people are going to get a very good player probably for their team, and they're going to link him. Sissoko, for example, might cover off two angles, a link to Ndombele, a soft link into Wan-Bissaka, a link potentially into Digne, because Digne obviously came out yesterday as an SBC. And that's why I think the players are more over than potentially the EFL Tots themselves. Again, it doesn't mean that they're not good cards to buy. Any Tots tomorrow are going to be at the lowest point tomorrow with the Division Rival Awards than they're going to be for a few days. So buying into them then is fine. But I definitely prefer the links as an investment if you're going for Thursday flips. On the account for Sean, personally, this account here, my plan for today is to be continue to flip stuff, flipping special cards on, flipping silvers on, just keep building the coin total up and banging it up bit by bit by bit. We've made, like I say, 210,000 in a very short space of time, which is great. But that's my opinion on what you should be doing tonight. They're your buy points, they're your sell points. That's how you're going to make coins in the long run. In the short term as well, like I said to you before, look out for the team, the players that are going to be leaked and whatnot. No one likes leaks, but you might as well make coins out of them because they're there anyway. Look for the players that are going to be in the next Tots team. We've seen Wan-Bissaka bang to 10,000 coins this week. And that's where you can do quite well. Those sort of random followy cards as well, like Zielinski. If you look at Zielinski, he got very, very high this week because people are using him for the Napoli SBC, and he's done very, very well from it. So if I look at Zielinski, he's at 2,700, and that was from a low before he was in packs like 1.6k. So realistically, he's not doing too bad. He's got high of last Sunday of sort of 3,200 coins. So these are cards I'd look for as well if you get any leaks. But that's the end of the video. If you are new around here, as always, make sure you subscribe down below. Make sure you turn your notifications on so you never miss an upload. But for now, I am out. Peace out. I'll speak to you soon.